Hey everybody, I am Elisha Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. It is another beautiful day in the garden. Let's begin as always by taking a deep breath together. So if you will, breathe in and let go. And today I want to talk about finding your superpower. Because I really believe that within every one of us there are hidden gifts, talents, and opportunities that are specific to each one of us, that are what make us unique and allow us to offer our special contribution to the world. And for myself, my journey of finding my superpowers, my gifts, has really been about recontextualizing much of the things that I used to think were wrong with myself. I've struggled for a long time, for many years, with labels of learning disabilities and depression and anxiety and other emotional and mental struggles. And for much of my life, those labels, those thoughts really ruled who I was. And at some point in my life, I began to find a willingness and an opportunity to really begin to recontextualize my story and to start saying, wait a minute, maybe my depression isn't something that's wrong with me, but maybe there's a gift here. And maybe this ability to go deep within myself, this ability to sort of retract from the world, has actually gifted me with some amazing insights and some depths of character and some depths of searching and interests that perhaps I wouldn't have found any other way. And that the anxiety that I have that has overwhelmed me for parts of my life has really become an energy that I use to channel my art and my word and my beingness into the world. And it's in the things that I used to think were wrong with me that I actually found my gifts. And I've spent a lot of time in my life around a lot of people with different levels of neurodiversity. And one of the things that I have found so magical about being around neurodiverse people has been really to see the beauty and the gift in each individual. And that each one of us is wired differently, and that each mind, each brain offers a unique lens, a unique outlet, and a unique opportunity for the spirit of life, for individuality, for creation to come through. And in this remarkable time where the world truly needs to be rearranged and reassessed, we really need everyone's perspective. We need everyone's intuition. We need everyone's eye, everyone's gift, everyone's minds. And if each one of us could start to look at ourselves as a specific way that life, intelligence, love, beauty is channeling itself into the world, and we realize that what if there's absolutely nothing wrong with me or nothing wrong with you, but you are just a specific way that life shows up, and that your unique way of thinking and feeling and being is actually a great piece of information that the rest of us need. And that oftentimes the emotions that we feel are really trying to inform us about something. And what if we all started to listen to ourselves and start to look at the things that we struggle with and the things that are difficult for us and the places that we feel blocked or the places that we feel afraid, and start to look at those as openings into who we could be, as opportunities for us to go deep into ourselves and ask, what is it that I truly have to offer? Because oftentimes in those places where we feel stuck, or we feel broken down, where we feel afraid or locked in, those are the places where our biggest gifts, where our biggest opportunities, where our biggest growth is actually waiting to break through, waiting to shine, waiting to be expressed. And it's really up to us to be willing to explore ourselves enough and ask the deep questions of who we are, and being willing to go into our emotions, go into our feelings, go into our disorders, go into our struggles, go into our addictions in a way that we are asking, why are you here? What do you have for me? Because I really believe that if we live our life in a way where we are always looking for the gift in everything, and we are always believing that life is on our side, and we are always believing that each one of us is a unique individual expression of life itself, then we can look into ourselves, look into our own reflections, and say, who are you, and why are you here, and what do you have to give? And if we begin to examine ourselves in a deep and introspective way, I really believe that each one of us can start to awaken the hidden capacities that have been hiding behind our blocks, behind our challenges, behind our fears and our disorders. And that if we can begin to bring some order into our minds and begin to look from a new perspective, I believe that there is vast capacity in humanity that is waiting to be unleashed, and that so much of the busyness and the consumerism and the distraction of life has really kept us all from exploring those incredibly unique and powerful parts of ourself. And society has been telling us for so long to stand in line, to fit in, to clock in, to participate at a certain level, and that has been great for keeping the system going, but it hasn't been great for evolving the self. And the time is now for each one of us to begin to see, how can I evolve? Where can I look into myself and see where my growing edges are? How can I look at myself and begin to see, do I have any gifts? Do I have anything to offer that I have not been willing to look at or not been willing to open up yet? Because now is the time to look into ourselves and realize that each one of us is a unique individual creation, and that the world that is in front of us needs all hands on deck to make the changes that we actually need to make, and to build the world that we actually need to build, so that we can all live here happy and healthy and pass this planet on for generations to come. And so I invite you today to begin to look deeply into yourself and begin to ask those deep questions, and to begin to look for the gifts that are hidden behind those dark places, behind those hidden little corners of the self, the places that perhaps you haven't been willing to look at until now, or haven't had the time to look at until now. I invite you to open your heart to yourself and begin to ask, where are my gifts hidden? What is it that I have to offer that I haven't been able to see up until now? And so thank you everyone for tuning in. That's all I have for today. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please check in tomorrow, subscribe to my channel, and please, if you're willing, share this with a friend, someone who you think can hear it. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again. Blessings and love.